out that you're doing it.
I already did tweet out
All
that I
right.
was doing it, and I'm hoping. See the difference between OBS and XSplit is like I know when I go live with XSplit. I don't know when I go live with OBS unless it's as soon as I hit start streaming. So we should be live right now. But XSplit being down completely ruined everything. We're 46 minutes late, Maves.
We're quite late.
Yo, can you tilt your camera down a smidge? Give me a little half turn down. There we go. Look at
Is
you.
that better for you, big guy?
Yeah, I didn't want to stare at your 7 hairs all
All
day.
seven of them?
Well, anyways, what's up, my people? So I'm Gandhi alongside of Maven,
Look at these. Look at
and
these
today,
things.
I
Whew.
was gonna give you the same intro, but those pink Astros do really bring out your eyes.
They are.
I'll give you that.
They are glorious.
How do you like them? Are they comfy?
Yeah, very comfy. It took me like 40 minutes to set them up today because I'm
Yeah,
apparently as dumb as you are, if not dumber.
yeah,
But
yeah. You're up there. Well, I mean, I got these new Steel series, and I gotta say, they're comfortable. I think they fit nice, but I think in the long haul of things, they would definitely start to have like a wear and tear on my ears because look, like how if you look at your Astros, Maves, you have like a little suction cup for the inside of your ear. I don't have that. There's no
oh yeah,
there's no ear ring.
they're
It's just like flat.
they're incredibly comfortable. The only downside is they're like the quality's that much better than those cheap piece of shit Turtle Beaches I had that it's like disorienting. The sound's so
Yeah,
different.
well,
It's gonna take me getting
I
used
told
to.
you Turtle Beaches suck, and you're like, oh no, the headphones don't make that big of a difference. I'm Maven.
Oh, Drewski, you're funny.
All right. Well, anyways, Maves, we just came back from AGL Pittsburgh. Uh, First reactions from coming back. You can kick it off.
It was a blast. It's nice to be back and actually sleep again. That's good. But I know both of us were, I wouldn't say nervous, but we were a little worried about viewers and how the whole event would go with it being more of
Yeah.
like a combine type thing with not having your warriors, your ambush, top teams like that. But the rise of Believe the Hype and the anomaly, well, not anomaly, I guess, but the team that was Misfits, it provided a ton of entertainment.
Yeah, it did. I think what did we end up topping out at?
I
3,800.
no, I think
Did we
I
hit four?
thought it was like 4.5 or something Sunday.
Oh well, that's like unheard of. That shouldn't be. That should not be what it
Yeah,
was, in
because
my
I know
opinion.
you and I were trying to
There was
get
no one.
realistic numbers, and we were talking like 2 to 3 would be good with what we were
Yeah.
going into, and to hit 4K, that's fantastic.
Well, for me, dude, I have to say I actually genuinely enjoyed Pittsburgh. Yeah, we got rowdy every night, which was fun because we had Halson, we had Adam, Best Man was in our room. It was a great time. But looking at the production of things, like one, I was really really happy that we had a short day on Sunday. We had what on the main stage? 5 matches, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
I didn't. I was surprised that we were not
Short.
going to have to do all that many games. I think you guys did one before I got there. Then I did three in a row, and then yeah, you guys did the final. So
Yeah.
that was it. Just
Total of
five.
5. So it was awesome. It was really quick for us. We did 5 total matches on Sunday. We started off, we finished it. It was a great day. The other thing I really liked is one. I mean, shout out to me, you, and Ghost for doing all the filling time, right? Like I think you and I filled for a solid 45 minutes at one point,
Yeah, I mean
which is it's huge. That's
that's
huge for
that's
a
the fun
production.
part too, and
Yeah.
I appreciate especially the viewers and stuff, and well, even some of the pro players, all the positive feedback we're getting because I know we're a little not nervous, but we have to go off topic and have so many crazy
hmm
conversations that we're not sure how it'll be received. But apparently, you guys are entertained, so that's good to hear.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. But the sickest part was something that I think, in its own innovative way for first person shooters, was that AGL actually raised the bar a little bit, because what Brad did and the guy and Billy, they got the equipment to where they can go out to a side station and get us those matches. So even though there's not something on main stage, we can watch a match. And that was awesome. You remember when we did the Pure versus Severance?
Yeah,
It was
yeah. We had to
amazing.
hop into I think we had to hop into a game five, and
hmm
that was fantastic. And yeah, before I mean, we're good at just our back and forth when we have nothing, but when he can throw a side game on and give us a little something to look at, that was awesome. And I can't. Yeah, I know there was some. obviously a little bit of turmoil and some drama after the last event with everything, but just I mean, Billy and Brad were great all weekend. They were
Yeah,
fantastic. I mean,
awesome.
between taking care of like our hotel and ordering us food a couple times, and just they were very positive, saying thank you, good job, guys. So
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
very
awesome.
cool.
Really, really awesome. But so for me, on the whole of the event, I thought it was like I thought the competition there was some a lot of weak sauce, man.
Yeah.
You know, to put it nicely, it was kind of weak
Well, it was
sauce.
tough just because I know you and I kept getting pumped for a couple different series. I think it was the first day was I believe Pure versus BTH, and maybe it was BTH Severns or Pure Severns. I can't remember, but we were getting pumped for these series that we thought were gonna be really good, and it was just these quick 3-0s. And I mean, I believe the hype and Misfits didn't drop a game day one,
Yeah,
um,
it
and they
was.
were just kind of cruising through people. I mean, we knew there was a lot of talent on Believe the Hype, but I guess I didn't know they dismantle a lot of teams that easily, having only played for like a week together.
Yeah, it was awful. I thought SYA beating Pure was like that to me was like disgusting.
Yeah,
Right? Like I'm not trying to take anything away from SYA because Blaze played really well, and as much as it's gonna pain me to say this, Elitist kind of played out of his mind.
yeah, they
Uh,
were
to
playing
get
awesome.
to the top four, like he was pretty much it. It was Elitist, but not, I've actually heard that he's like quit, so he's retiring
Yeah, that's
on
what Blaze was
top.
saying. He might be hanging up the sticks.
Yeah, which makes no sense because you finally do well at an event and you're just gonna go out. I hate that, but like Pure had, I think, a solid 2 weeks of practice going into this event. That's why they probably played a total of 3 days. For a team like Pure to be taken seriously, they can't be losing to a team like SYA. I thought that was disgusting.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I did not think that they had any chance of beating Pure in that series at all.
No.
I was very surprised. But I mean, Pure was fun to watch, man. They had some reactions that were priceless. I know I saw one YouTube video of Trey and I think Hunter just going nuts with their repeated woo woo.
He did that. Hunter does that little like weird dance, with his fucking hands. It's like, yeah, we don't know how to dance. We're too old for that shit. But he like danced through the fucking crowd and shit, and he got everyone into it. I thought that was cool. But that match for Severance, I thought like that to me was the story of this weekend, right? Because Severance and Pure got top six at the last event. So going into it, I thought in my head I was thinking Severance and Pure should be getting top three, and it should be like those two and Misfits, right? I didn't think BTH was going to do it. They looked awful online.
Yeah,
But then they showed up and they played very well and Abel was a fucking freak show.
yeah. He was
But still.
giving us some clips to go a little nuts over.
Yeah, but still it was just like I felt bad because it's like where do these guys actually fall on the spectrum if like some of these pros come back? You know what I mean? Like BTH played for fucking 5 days.
I know we've had many conversations about this, and that's one of the main reasons that
It's
I'm happy the game's growing and I want it to keep growing is for a lot of the older players to come back. And it's just, I mean, outside of your, I guess, ambush and warriors. I mean, who? Nothing else. Everything else is rolling the dice. I mean, there's nothing set in stone at all.
no, nothing. And then you got a wild APG just like lurking around, and APG is amazing.
He's a beast,
Dude,
dude. Like,
he is so sick.
and I mean, I don't know what his team's. I think he's still a free agent as of now, and I don't know what his situation is, but he's got to be on a top team.
Oh, dude, I don't understand. Like, I can understand like status quo's decision of trying to get back together with everyone, but like Assault's not gonna play, and Ace just coached at this event, and everything I've seen on Twitter, like he hates the game. So like, pick up APG. You know what I mean? Like, why teams are hesitant to pick up Bradley, which is his real name, I don't
Oh,
understand. He's
Bradley.
a fucking freak show.
And we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, SQ, I don't know who else you would consider to be. I mean, the only team that eventually, and we haven't heard anything, obviously, because that'll be behind closed doors. But if Warriors wants to be that number one team, they might have to shake things up eventually. And
Uh huh.
there's not any free agents out there that are of his quality, in my opinion.
No. Well, I mean, you also have Mickwin and Chig floating around. Like we don't know what's going on with that. We can safely chalk up that Best Man's done with Halo. At least competing,
He's he's
right?
a
I
he's a
mean,
character, dude.
dude, he is the worst, one of the worst per people to travel with in a car ride. How annoying was that?
It was literally like it was the first time he'd ever left his house. Like I remember when you were a little kid and your mom would have to give you those little like motion sickness pills. Like I just want to shove a whole bottle in his throat.
Well, so for those of you who aren't familiar with who was all in our tow room, it was me, Ghostly, I mean Maven, Hoss, Best Man, and my best friend Adam. Now, Adam and Best Man had
One job,
one job,
just one.
one job all weekend long, and the one job was to leave the hotel room when the cleaning ladies came around so they could clean the room.
Yeah. So we leave Saturday morning, all of us around like eight
One
thirty,
job.
and the night before we had consumed some beers and eaten some food. And we come back that night, and there's like 12 dirty towels on the floor, like 90 empty beers scattered across like the room. Like it, I was so angry. Like I don't like coming back to this filthy room, and it's because Best Man and Adam are apparently bears. They like to sleep.
I think Best Man slept his whole, and Adam slept their whole weekend away. They came out at night for about 4 or 5 hours,
Yeah,
and then they would pass out.
they didn't even
I've never.
they didn't even really come to the event much. I mean, they came by for a little bit, but
Adam came in there for once for an hour.
yeah,
What the fuck? They had one job all weekend long. But this weekend, like this is where we're gonna get into some story time here because everyone knows what happened with the event. Everyone watched. Misfits won. They annihilated everyone. Snipe Down was a fucking monster.
yeah. That Haven Team Slayer game
It
in
was
the finals
disgusting.
was just. I mean, there were times where he was just like roaming bottom middle with sniper, and like it's so scary to do. But when you don't miss, it's not a big deal apparently.
And I think he's gonna start paving the way for a lot of people. And because he was playing on 4 cents, and now he's playing on 3. It seems like the slower sensitivity is really starting to reward more people these
Yeah,
days,
and I
which is kind
know,
of weird.
I know you. Well,
Don't bring
we
me
heard a
in.
Naval was playing too, and you and I and like past Halos have played 4 or 5. Even we played Halo 1 the other night. I had to bump it up to 5, and I can't. I mean, anything above 3 in Halo 4, and I'm just done. So
Yeah, I don't get it. I wish they could like switch the up and down and the left and right. Like have a y-axis and sensitivity
yeah,
and an x. That'd
yeah.
be so fucking
Well,
sick.
I think the big
But
thing, and what I mentioned to you over the weekend, was just the fact that there's no de-scoping. Like, you don't need it to be that
yeah,
quick. I mean, other than close range battles, you just need to get on them and leave it there. So, I don't know. I guess I get that's probably the big reason why.
eh, oh well. Well, so anyways, Maves, what story do we want to start with here? I mean, we can talk about the casino. The
The
casino was
casino was
fucking
the casino was a riot. I
ball.
mean, the best part about this weekend, I wouldn't say the best part, but a big part of it is that we had
You sound like a robot.
Haas's cousin Ardizo.
Maves,
Uh,
Maves, why do you sound like a robot right now?
what did the voice change or something? Was my something?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now you're better. You sound like a fucking
I guess
robot.
stepped on the cord.
It was like fucking C3PO talking to me, and I wanted to shoot myself in the head.
Sorry, sweetie. I'd rather sound like Jar Jar, but
Hey, we love you.
we love you.
We don't love you.
So we had a Haas. Haas is a Pittsburgh local. I'm a PA guy too, but I'm more out towards the east, like towards Philly. And we had like his cousin come out, his brother,
Who's
couple of his boys from the area,
bonkers.
and
His brother's
his
crazy.
brother and cousin are two of the most unique people to ever be on the face of the earth.
Yeah, Ardizo is he's wild. That there's no way around that, and
I love him.
I love him too.
He's just like a
he's the man.
one-liner after one-liner. Not even like trying to make one-liners. Just the way he talks is just
Yep.
so funny.
And, like the best way to describe him is that he's accidental funny.
Accidentally
Right?
very
And
very
like
funny.
I will never forget. So like we're hanging out with him, and we go to the casino, and Maven's all over Xena, obviously, for multiple reasons. Because as everyone saw on the stream, she's smoking hot.
Mildly attractive.
I'm her favorite player. That's right. How bad does that sting? Tell me
Yeah,
how
well,
bad
we got
that
to get her
stings.
involved, dude. We got to get her out to events. Like I
Mm-hmm.
know, I was getting texts from like people thought I was God. They're like, "You got her to come to an event again." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I harassed her until she came." And it was so cool to have her there again. She's great.
Yeah, she's actually like a genuine good person.
Yeah.
She's not like one of those cliche bitches just because she's
Yeah,
hot,
and she'll
which is
put
cool.
up with the ridiculous amount of bullshit that we spew at her. So
Yeah, can you really call it bullshit though?
you can call it something.
Yeah, it's definitely not bullshit. Probably borderline harassment.
If not just actually harassment.
Oh God! But so I remember we go
But
in,
yeah,
we
but
go
it's
into the
like just to
casino.
set it's we go out. We had to take like three cars. It was like our little group, like
Oh
Scott,
yeah,
best man, me, Gandhi, Hoss, his cousin, his brother,
Ninja,
Ninja, Snipe Down. I feel like we're missing
Ghost, Adam,
Ghost,
Ardizo.
Adam, and then Xena. Well, she met up with us there. No, actually, she met before we left,
Yeah, yeah, she did.
and it was just. I mean, between Ninja and I
My
had a
money
little
was.
dual roulette going. We both had a couple hundred down on the
You
table.
literally played roulette the dumbest way
Dude,
possible, and
we
you
were just
hit it.
going with whatever, man. We got up to like
It's
three
the
hundred dollars
dumbest
up
thing
and
you
then
could do.
back down. It was a roller coaster.
Well,
Well,
it's better than Adam. So Adam reads online. He's like that. What he did that one day after we played Halo 1 for like fucking 14 hours. He was like, "Well, we're going to the casino." He reads up on this strategy and he's like playing on the inside and he's like he's bought into the system, right? And so he's like he goes up like $120 and he's like, "Well, I just lost this spin, so I have to double on the outside." So we're like, doubles on the outside. I'm like, dude, that's gonna fucking throw you negative. And he's like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna triple it. It's all of his money that he had that weekend. Hey, and I'm like, dude, I wouldn't do it, man. And he's like, nah, fuck it, dude, I got a feeling. Fucking bangerangs him, dude. He goes fucking negative, and he's wasted, dude. He's wasted. Goes and pulls out $100 more, and I'm like, dude, I can't let you do this, bud. I'm taking 60 of this, and he's like, you have 40. He loses the 40 instantly with the quickness, dude. He's the worst gambler on the face of this fucking
yeah,
earth.
it did
And the
not
other
go
worst
well for
gambler
him.
is fucking Snipe Down. Snipe Down was happy about winning $45. That's not a fucking win. 45 bucks.
I see.
What do you do with
My
45
problem is
bucks?
I can never like stop. Like once I'm up, there's no stopping. I'm gonna keep playing. And like what happened is I think Ninja lost like he put his 100 in and lost it pretty quickly. He had like $5 left or something when I came over, and I got screwed. I'd never played, so you've all well, hopefully most of you have seen roulette. Little ball goes around, hits a number, you bet on shit. So we were sitting at the electronic one just because there was a lot of room. We were all hanging out, drinking, and I go up. It's my first time using the electronic one, so I wanted to put. I was going to go up. I had a couple $100, just going to put 100 on red. I couldn't figure out how to do it. It would like let me do it in five, so I like put $5 on red, and then there was a repeat bet button. So I was like, maybe I have to hit this to put five, 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 five to get more on. Turns out what repeat bet does is it bets the bet of your last bet. The last bet was this 75-year-old woman who was chain smoking. So I repeat her bet, put 95 more dollars on I don't know what, and lost $100 like that. The worst part is that it hit red, so I would have made $100, but instead, well, I lost 95, 110, so I like made $5. It was awful. I was so pissed.
That's my Maven. That's my Maven. More of the story: don't go gambling.
Yeah,
Because it
don't
sucks
gamble.
your hopes and dreams away from you. That's it. That's all it does. It gives you this illusion that you have like control, and there's none.
Yeah.
It's all luck.
And
It's
after
just a
that,
big
we
bunch
went
of
to
fucking
this
luck.
place Mario's in Pittsburgh, which was a very, very
Oh,
fun time. But it was a little
oh,
too much fun, as you
beautiful.
could. I saw some of the comments in the chat on Saturday. Yes, Scott and I were. We needed a little time to warm up.
Oh, it was bad. It was that was definitely one of the more drunk nights I've had in a long time. It was a fucking blast
Yeah,
though, dude. We were
I had a great
fucking
time. At one point, I just handed Hoss $100 bill. I was like, "Go buy drinks." He just comes back with like a plethora.
yeah. Well, do you know what originated from that bar is the famous line that we will be saying from here on out.
We love you,
But we don't
but
love
we
you.
don't love you.
So we're sitting there, and I'm sitting there with Ardizo, and you gotta hear Ardizo talk in order to know. But he talks really slow, so he's like, "We love you," but we don't love you. And so he hollers at this bartender, and she comes over there, and he's like, I need three lemon. Or he's like, I need three lemonheads. She's like, okay. So she goes and gets it, and he's like, can you make them double? And she's like, yeah. And he goes, swear to God, he like lights a cigarette, looks up, and he's like, we love you, but we don't love you. And I fucking lose it, dude.
It's just
I
it's hard.
lose it.
It's probably funnier to us because you haven't heard him actually say it. But
Yeah,
trust me,
it is.
it
100%.
is fucking gold.
It's the best thing in the world. I'm always using. That's how I'm going to close every show from
Oh,
here on out.
and someone want to hear the Haas and the waitress story. So, for those of you that don't
Oh,
know Haas, I mean Haas is he's a good-looking dude, really
gay,
nice, chill. He's like a weightlifter
gay.
too, so he's all jacked and makes us all feel like shit about ourselves. And
Yeah, he's the PA version of Shibby,
yeah,
but more
he
muscular.
just gets the ladies. So we're at I'm trying to what's the name of the restaurant? Can't remember.
Permanis. It's
Manny's or
that
something.
famous place with the big burger. Or
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it was very, very good. And this waitress was dude, she could have been Mila Kunis's twin sister.
Oh,
Like
dude, she was
she,
firing
she
on all
looked like her
cylinders.
so much. So like we're goofing off with her, like, go get her number. Stop being a puss. And I didn't really think he'd do it because it's hard to do that type of thing when you're stone sober and you've got like 7 dudes sitting next to you just giving you shit. Sure enough, I tweeted it out, and this is the best part. I wish I could find the tweet. So Hoslick was kind of going back and forth over
Oh, I got it in my head. I know which one
whether or
you're
not
talking
he
about.
wanted to do it, and so I tweet out like retweet if Hoss should go, get this girl's
Yeah, if
number.
he should man up.
We get like 40 retweets, and the one tweet Hoss tells us after he did it that got him to do it. What did it say again?
He said some guy tweeted, Hoss isn't looking so huge right now.
And for those of you that don't know, Hoss's gamer tag is Hoss Huge. So he apparently that did it for him, and he went up and took care of business. I'll tell you what, man. When he was up there talking to her, she didn't look at another person at the bar.
No, she definitely lost out on a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, she was all wrapped up in the Hoss.
I'm really hoping we get some nudes of her.
Yeah, I'll stay on top of that.
That's what I need. Worst comes to worst, we can creep her out and follow her on Twitter if she's got a Twitter.
That's true.
Slide in there, maybe go
True.
for the robbery.
True. Hoss said he said he texted her yesterday, and they're gonna hang out at some point. So
I fucking hate him, dude. I don't like Hoss anymore.
I know.
I love him.
Well, he said the one funny thing he said too. I guess they were out at the one night they're at the bar. He was hanging out with Snipe Down a little bit, and Hoss is just pulling up like chick after chick, and Snipe Down's like, dude, how do you do this? So he was giving Snipe Down some pointers. Maybe Eric will return the favor and teach Hoss how to shoot.
Imagine if that was like the exchange. If Hoss was like, "Yo, dude, I'll teach you, but you got to teach me to be fucking good." Yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to have been there for that exchange, but I was just I won't.
You were caressing Xena.
Well, it was me at the table. It was
I think you literally let Xena out of your face for about
dude. I'll tell you what, man.
20 minutes.
Ninja's a funny dude. He got a couple drinks and was telling. I won't repeat any stories, but he was telling some funny ass stories. I was losing my shit.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, he's a character.
I don't even think I hung out with him, to be honest. I was too busy, like, following Arn around Ardizo. Like, hanging out with him. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was like
And plus, he was buying shots.
I like
It's not like
see
I'm
Hoss and
going
those
to
guys.
you.
Like I've met them, so I've known them forever. So I was trying to hang out with the people I never see, like Bonnie and the Ninja. But it was funny.
I mean, it was a great fucking time. But, dude, I mean, like, looking forward here to get back on, like, Halo talk.
Well, we forgot the part where at the end of the night I was hammered and proposed.
Oh,
in
dude,
the
yeah.
street.
Can you give
Well,
me a rundown of that?
like 100
Because
people, dude. I don't even really remember. I was.
horse shit. You fucking remember, you pussy. You just don't want to say.
It was a good photo op. I mean, good photo ops. What do you want me to say?
So what did you do? You just were drunk and you were just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna propose to Xena and see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I got Nick ready with the camera. Mostly, I'll be honest. Mostly, I was doing it for the hilarious picture. I knew you knew exactly how she'd react. That's why I love hanging out with her because
100%.
she's such a good person that like we can literally make her blush by saying anything. So
Yeah.
I got the reaction I wanted. That was some funny shit.
She covered her face, right?
Yeah,
I'm actually trying to
she
look for
covered
the
her
tweet.
face.
That's good.
Oh,
because
someone
that's
just linked the
exactly
picture. Yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of people in the background. Somebody said congrats, which was really funny. Oh man, look at me in that button down. I am an ugly son of a bitch.
Nah, dude, you're a fucking jack of all trades.
Looking classy.
That wasn't my button down, was it?
No, that was mine. I have yours in my laundry. I'm gonna wash it up and then
And fucking
use
shrink
it
it
as
so
like a
there's
washcloth.
no. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Just don't do the little lasso on your grundle with it, and I'll be all right.
That'll probably happen.
You're honestly a bad person. Like down to the core, you're a bad person.
I am.
I want you to know
You
that.
said you wanted to go back to the Halo talk. Well,
Yeah,
I'll
getting back to like the Halo, you know, like projecting forward, right? Like we're approaching the big month. We're approaching the big month of AGL 7. Do you know how many passes we're up to these days, or does anyone in the chat know?
I
I can't
don't.
fucking see.
But
So
just to throw this out there while we're on here, if you're considering going, get a pass. One, I like the events. The more teams that go, the better. The more teams that go, it's better for Scott and I since we're sort of kind of working with AGL. So buy a pass, go. It's going to be awesome. Halo is definitely on the upswing. I mean, once V4 comes out, which Ghost is working on, and Scott and I have played a bit,
yeah.
it's going to be so much better. So much better.
Well, the other thing too is that you have to make it very clear that you have to get the game types from Brad's file share, which I forget what it is. I think I have it linked on one of my other videos, but we're gonna have to. You got to get that link, and you have to practice those game types because it's the modded 4-shot kill.
Yeah, we played it. We played the modded one for the first time today, a couple games, and it was fun, man.
Dude, you die so fast.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of convinced there's a little bit less auto aim in the modded version than there's going to be with the weapon tuning. I don't know if you picked up on that in game, but
I really
that's how
didn't
it
notice
felt.
it. I heard you guys saying it, but I really didn't notice it at all.
Well, because dude, you know what the BR feels like in this version. It's like it's a magnet.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to like try to fucking miss shots. Really, like really, you do.
Yeah, it's hard. Like this is definitely the hardest game, well, Halo wise ever to come from behind. It's I mean, it's awesome almost because it makes it the best feeling in the world when you come back down a shot or two, but it's hard.
Yeah, it's
You almost
impossible.
rely on someone to choke more than outplay them.
Which is weird.
Speaking of chokes,
Kratos. My God. We're actually gonna get ready to start a petition to change the word choke to Kratos from here on out.
and I don't know Kratos. I'm sure he's a nice kid, so sorry, but thank you for giving. That was like the highlight of our day. That was just
That was actually the highlight of my weekend.
Scott.
That was like when I think back on that weekend, I think about this past weekend, I think about Kratos' choke. Like it was the worst thing I've ever seen. Like every AGL, there seems to be some awful play that we just have the misfortune of casting, and they one up it. Like I don't know how. I don't think Kratos. I think Kratos could have the worst choke in all of
I mean, if
LOD
it
history.
wasn't, the only reason it probably wasn't the worst is the fact that it was like game three. They were already down 2-0. But
But they were
if
up
that
in the
was
game.
in like a game seven or something, oh dear God! Like it. For those of you who didn't see it, it was 4-3 on Haven Extraction. It was
Ugh.
B, so the one under close ramp.
Yep.
He was on bottom blue street. He was getting shot at kinda. He fired off a rail. If I remember right, it hit right next to the guy arming. Took
Splash
his
damage.
shield completely off. So then he has a DMR as a second. He just had to shoot him once in the head. And I think we counted, and it was 7 shots. He killed him on the
7
eighth.
total.
But by the 8th shot, they had already armed it. BTH ends up scoring on that one. They armed the next one right away and won the game to close out the series. And I guess his reaction afterwards, he said it was the bloom, or he didn't miss a shot or something.
No. He said he only actually missed one shot. The other shots he hit the wall.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which
From what we saw,
no, don't say I don't know.
he
Everyone's
missed
seen
he
the
missed
video.
7 shots.
He missed every shot. There was honestly, I felt bad for him because like obviously I have to cast it. I have to tell the viewer like holy shit he fucked up,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna forever say that. But I I just don't get how a professional, quote unquote, player can miss fucking 7 shots on a guy standing still on
Yeah,
him.
and like
He wasn't even
yeah,
crouching.
I get there was like others. There was fire going on, like he was being shot at too. But still, it's like it's a one shot.
It's a 1 shot. Like, you can hit that shot.
Yeah,
I can hit that
yeah.
shot. And that's bad because my DMR is about as good as this water bottle's DMR. You know what I mean? Like it's not a good
But
thing.
it was it provided because a lot of the games were not I wouldn't say boring, just uneventful, you could say, and it could be tough for us. Well, not so much tough for Scott and I because we could just talk about dirt for an hour, but
Well, I mean, we fucking sang Creed for some
we did
fucking
sing
reason.
Creed in the losers bracket finals. That still pretty unbelievable.
I blame you because you're old.
Oh, and by the way, while we're here, let's give a little shout out to Astro Gaming. They contacted Scott Ghost and I after the event and to hook us all up with the neons. So I have mine here, and they're gonna work out some
Yeah.
credit situation. But
By
they're
the
Scott
way,
and Eric are both getting them too, which is awesome.
but by the way, speaking of the neons here, you realize that one side of your headphones is up and the other side is down. You got to adjust it so it's like even. See what I'm saying? You look like an idiot. Like, look at this guy. He has no idea what he's talking about. Like, push the other side
That
down.
better?
Push your left side down. Yeah, that's your left. Push that side down. See, there you go. Now it's even-ish. The other side's a little bit higher, but before you just had like one side sticking
Yeah, all
straight
right,
the
fuck
fuck
all
up.
of you.
I'm just saying, dude, you look like a fucking idiot.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
good at that.
the pink is bad enough, but you know what, dude? You can get some serious. They should have released those. If I was Astro Gaming, I would release those during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Bam.
Yeah,
You know?
that'd be
But yeah,
pretty sweet.
I decided to be different, and I went with the orange because I'm a fucking classy broad like that.
Well, it's I think you should have got pink too, so we could duo the pink on because we're gonna bring these from now on to the AGLs and wear our own headset. It's gonna be awesome.
I would never match you in if my life depended on it.
It's very rude and hurtful.
It's the definition of rude and hurtful. That's how much I loathe you.
Oh, I love you too.
No, loathe. It's a different word. Starts off with the same
I'm
two
gonna
letters.
keep it love, but I'm sad, man. I'm not gonna see it till Knoxville. I got my weekends till Knoxville are just like wedding, bachelor party. It's got all sorts of. I'm getting old, man. At that age where
You're
everyone's getting married.
you're literally going to be so awful at Halo.
Dude, I was trying to play today, and it was just oh god.
Well, dude, I mean, what I'm saying is you have bachelor parties and weddings like over the weekends. You're think about how bad you are when you get to play 7 days a week and then you take a 5 day.
Yeah, dude, the
Now
5 day
imagine you play.
break, like I just can't do it.
You're gonna get a 3 day break every weekend. You're gonna be awful.
I know.
You're gonna be unbearable to watch and or play again
Yeah, if
with.
I could get pink chapstick FMer, I would have a bedroom just filled with pink chapstick. I'm sure I
Well,
could, but I've used the same one since I was a child. So
would you ever consider if I like bought you Burt's Bees? Would you use Burt's
no,
Bees?
no, I've used this chapstick forever, dude.
Why? What happens when it goes out of business?
I have no idea if that just worked. I tried to show them
Natural
my
ice.
awesome chapstick. Yeah, it's amazing.
What if you? What if they go out of business?
I might just jump off a bridge, Scott.
Like, there's no other chapstick for you. See, that's crazy to me because I don't even use chapstick unless I have to.
Yeah, I probably am the only reason they're in business.
You think so?
Could
There's no
possibly
way.
be.
One person's insignificant in a whole scale of things.
So how many team changes? Do you have any predictions for Knoxville, like as far as teams go, or maybe some old heads that are going to be coming out to play?
Well, yeah, I mean, you got status quo coming in hot. I think Blaze is coming back. Blaze, we played with Blaze today, and Blaze was saying like he's out of school right now, so I'm assuming he finished up either his freshman or sophomore year. He's young. I'm pretty sure he's like 17 or 18, but the dude's a fucking freak. I know you didn't see him back in the day, but when he first like stepped on the scene, he had a Cookie Monster hat. Like that's what he was known
That's
for.
pretty awesome. Well, he was carrying us today, so
Yeah, and he doesn't get mad at us, which I really like that because obviously we suck.
Yeah,
To play with for pros, like like we're awesome because we have fun, but
we're,
like
we're better than your average person, but compared to those guys, yeah, not so much.
our thing is we understand the game. We just our reaction time's awful.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, and there's spurts of no communication, which is good. That's always what I prefer, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're too busy having conversations not about the game.
Yeah. But so Blaze is going to come back. So obviously, you're going to see Enable leave from BTH. So that's going to leave. It's going to leave Dursky, Cloud, and Maniac with 3. So Blaze is going to be a 4th. Blaze is going to be running around. Elitist apparently has quit.
We'll
Um,
see if that
Pure's
holds
gonna
true. Who knows?
Pure's gonna stick together because all 4 members of Pure got their best placings at I guess you could technically call it a real event. I would say there was th- I would say there was 2 good teams after looking back on the weekend, but really 3 or 4. So I think Blaze is gonna put a team together, and I don't know who it is. I want to see BTH pick up someone good. I would like to see a lethal, right? I would like to see a dedicated
Do you think
lethal,
there's any
not
way?
like
See, I just don't think like APG is the best player out there, but I know APG likes to practice, likes to grind, and like I just don't think those guys are going to get on enough for him.
no. That's exactly why I don't think he would want to go to him. What I really want to see happen is I want to see a team come up like this, right? And the team that I want to see has its own bearings. I think a team like Mickwin, APG, Chig, and a 4th would be fucking filthy, right? Because Mickwin and Chig are going to grind. They're going to play their games. They're always going to do good. And both of them are now tournament players. Like, Mickwin got better on LAN. Uh, did I help him out with that? Yes, I did. I kind of fucking changed his mentality from being like a complete pussy head case to being a guy who's slightly arrogant and coming down on lands and showing,
Yeah, I
who's the
think,
boss.
but like you said there, I think there needs to be some sort of arrogance to be any kind of top player.
Oh, it
Like there
has to
has to
be.
be,
Gotta
whether
be.
it's a wide receiver in football or anything. Like you need to have some kind of arrogance. You got to.
You pulling out the Ghost Ayami sports references on me.
I guess I am.
Well, yes, I am, Scott. Thanks. But yeah, it's like I think those 3 need to make a team, and I think Blaze could be a 4th on it. I think Dursky could be a 4th on it because I think BTH are gonna stick together. Maybe I do. Maybe like 2 of them. Maniac and Cloud will stick together. And Cloud's only going to get better. Cloud is going to be disgusting. Like, we talked about it all weekend long, how steady a shot was,
Yeah,
and you couldn't believe it.
yeah.
I mean, he's just one of those players who understands things.
I don't know. I'm just pumped for Knoxville. It'll be fun to.
I heard a rumor, Maves, that's going to make you laugh. I heard that Neighbor may be playing on Reality Check.
I didn't hear that. I mean, I know Neighbor's been streaming a lot. He's been playing a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up on a good team. I never really met Neighbor, but I've heard enough about him and his personality. Him teaming with the Suds sounds like a tornado, but
You think so?
I could be wrong. But we'll see.
I don't think it would be a tornado. I think the Suds have finally hit that spot where they can kind of cruise on. Oh my god, that sounded like a fucking tornado. It was a tractor trailer outside. About to fucking shit my pants. Um, I think the Suds are finally in that position where they can like cruise into being slightly professional, right? Like I know everyone throws the word professional around, but I'm saying like they're not gonna show up and be the jesters of the league anymore. And that's big. Like no longer are you gonna see them just like show up and be like, "Yeah, what's up? I'm the fucking saddest." It's not a good Sudeth impersonation. I'm not an impersonator. You get that, but like you know what I mean. Like no one takes the Sud seriously, and slowly but surely they're gonna be taken seriously. And I think they're in. That's the position they're in now.
Yeah,
So maybe it'd be good for someone like Ninja to be on there, but I don't.
I'm pumped to see like what's the highest viewer count we hit at Nash? Was it like 6 something?
I think we hit 74.
74.
Me and you together, we probably hit like six something.
Yeah, I didn't
Because
do any
that,
of the final games though, so.
yeah.
But I'd like to see. I don't know. I mean, Knoxville. I'd just like to break that 10K barrier. I mean, I know that's a lofty
I think
goal,
it's
but
doable.
that'd be awesome.
I think it's really doable. I mean, already on Twitch, just because we have the guys from Pulse Esports who fucking left, and now they're on their own thing, being able to stream back, and they're back to being ambushed. Now that they can stream on Twitch, like the viewer count's already
Another
up.
big thing to mention though is this whole Twitch on Xbox thing, because you got to think. I mean, a lot of the people that watch these things are younger in high school and stuff, and you might have, I don't know, 14-year-old something, they won't have access to a computer, doesn't have his own laptop, so the ability to be able to clearly they probably have an Xbox to be able to hop on live and just
Yeah,
watch Twitch streams. I mean, I don't
for
know how
sure.
much of a difference it'll make, but I gotta think it'll help.
Well, dude, the other thing is that you know, I'm sure you saw that 343 threw up that little graphic again that was like AGL 6 tune in or whatever at like that Twitch app, right? They gave the Twitch link. So what can happen is I think we can get to the point where they're like, download this Twitch app so you can watch the best Halo players in the fucking world play, right? And then they can go to the Twitch app and then they download it and then they can watch it. I think that we're gonna see a big spike for
Well, I
that.
think what'll help is like these events and like Halo in general just doesn't get enough viewers right now that it ever makes the main page. And like when you're getting on the main page, though, it will bring some casuals in or just some people that are curious, and you never know what that can do. So if it gets high enough, I mean, higher up on the list when you're looking for stuff on Twitch, I mean, that's I don't know. I mean, may not matter, but could bring in some extra people that wouldn't typically be on there.
Yeah, I think like front page is cool. Like obviously it's awesome for exposure because you got a bunch of people coming in to watch like League of Legends and StarCraft. But and most people who watch Call of Duty have probably watched some professional Halo. At least at one point in their life. I swear to God they have. Like a lot of the pros are, used to be like fans of Halo 2. Like Nade Shot and Merc, just for example. So they know what professional Halo is, but I think the big thing is getting the old faces back into it. And although Ambush isn't an old face. They've been around a long enough that they have a big enough fan base to attract viewers, right?
Yeah,
Like the only exception to that rule was Ninja. Ninja is a relatively new face, but he was there when no one wasn't, and he fucking carried his persona around so long, right? Like he fucking did his own thing, and now he's like the face of Halo. So you need those people to return. And now since we have like Snipe Down and Hines, and hopefully Ola soon will get his stream up and running and formal streaming back, dude, it's fucking night and day differently, dude. Because it's only going to get bigger. I think we're going to be at the point where, sure, the game may not be fun for everyone to play. I get that. But it's not like everyone in the world plays football. It's not like everyone in the world plays hockey. It's not like shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I know exactly what you're going to say when I said
what's
hockey.
hockey,
I,
Scott?
I, stop. Just stop it. Stop. I hate you. The fact that you're breathing right now is actually pissing me off.
Hey, at
But
least I don't.
what I'm saying is if the count of viewers are increasing, that's what matters. It's not anything else. It's the viewers. Like we could have fucking uh, 270 people play this game, and if we have 25K concurrent, that's what matters.
Yeah, I mean,
If it's viewer friendly, it's viewer friendly.
yeah, it's just getting. I mean, I think that's ultimately the reason that MLG had to part ways. Just it's a viewer thing, 100%. And the more viewers this gets, the more people will take notice, and the more it'll blow up from there. So, but it starts with having a good competitive game. So I'm interested to see how the four shot goes and the changes Ghost is making. I mean, it's getting better and better. There's no way around that.
Yeah, it's getting better, but we the thing that's scary is the simple fact that when this is done, when this game inevitably comes to an end, we have to hope that the changes they made in the middle of this game will be implemented or taken notice of for the next game. Like if we come back out and there's fucking random ordinances and everyone has AAs and sprints and 8 and there's de-scoping and all that shit, like everyone's just gonna fucking walk away. Like that's the worry. That's the thing that's the scariest part about me and you, like trying to be casters here, is that our job solely relies on the fact that the developer makes a good game. That's fucking scary as shit.
Yeah, I mean, I know you and I. It's not really realistic now, but we
That's
both
not.
somehow would love to have a career or work in this industry, but it's just not. I mean,
That's
not that we're
tough.
ready to do that, but I'm just saying that the game's not big enough for that to even be an option. And so I know that's why we both wanted to come around. And as much back and forth as you'll have with Quinn and stuff on Twitter, I get the feeling that Quinn gets it. I could be wrong, but I'm hoping if he sticks on as multiplayer designer and he's involved with the creation of the next games, that he kind of knows where they went wrong with some stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's kind of like where we cross our fucking fingers and we're like, oh god, we gotta fucking pray, right? And I think we could be okay. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, and I mean now I guess I was reading on I can't remember what site, but the new Xbox I guess is a lot closer around the corner than everybody thought. So I don't know if they're going to be still developing Halo 5 for this generation
Oh,
or
I
if it's
think they
going
are.
to be for the next. I mean I don't know.
I think I don't know if Halo 5 will be launching with the new Xbox, but I think they're planning on launching it for the Xbox, the new Xbox, if that makes
I
sense.
feel you.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Always picking up what you're putting down, babe.
You smell what I'm pissing?
That's gross, Scott.
Spun that off from The Rock. He says, "You smell what I'm cooking." And well, I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef. I don't cook. That ain't me. Don't give me that fucking look.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, I think the most important thing that can happen is, I know I'm one of the main reasons why UMG is around, or not around, but UMG is doing the Chicago event at the end of June. But I think, if we can get the passes of up to like 100 passes sold for AGL Nashville, I think that's fucking huge for
Yeah,
us.
I think UMG needs to sell out too, though. Like if they're
They
gonna,
both need to sell out, and I think UMG's close to selling out.
yeah, I want AGL to have as many teams as possible. I think more older players are gonna have to come back, maybe for that number to be hit. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what the actual numbers are right now, but I really just it's gonna be sad if it's like all of a sudden it's a 64 team tournament, and all of a sudden the prize drops, and that's not what anybody wants. So
Well, I think we're already over 64 teams.
I haven't seen a number in weeks, so I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I think we are at the point where we have enough to begin pool play.
Deathy
So
said at 90. If that's true, that's fucking amazing. I did not think it was anywhere
we're at
close to that.
90?
Yeah,
No way.
that's factual.
That's good.
That's awesome. Uh,
That's badass. Well, you always got to worry about those fucking people who buy the team passes and then try to sell them last minute.
well, it's not. It sucks because it's not usually their fault. It's a team member that flakes out or something like
Oh,
that
it's the
happens.
worst. Getting teammates is such a nightmare. You know?
That's what we just have to cast. We don't have to worry about anything, dog. We just get up there and talk.
Well, yeah, but I got to worry about hanging out with you for a whole weekend, and
No,
that's
it's
like,
awful.
yeah. I literally can't stand you. You whined all Saturday
Dude,
night
I wanted to
about getting
at
sleep.
night. I literally when you guys were all finally asleep and snoring like cows, and I couldn't have
Number
fallen
one, I
asleep,
didn't snore.
I literally thought of cutting you all up into little pieces or just peeing on all of you. Like,
Number one, I don't
I think
snore.
you were the only one that didn't. The rest of the
Yeah.
people in the room were. It was awful.
Well, let's put it into perspective for you, ladies and gentlemen. So it's Saturday night. We don't have to be up for Championship Sunday till about 11:30.
No, what? We had to be there at 10:30. Close your mouth.
Whatever. Hour off. All right. Shut up, Pink Astros. We don't have to be there until 10:30. So, Ghost was already passed out, so I figure, I'll go and I'll take the second game. I won't open. This is perfect. So we're throwing a couple back. Me, Adam, Hoss. Hoss is annihilated. He is The loudest person on the
Yeah,
face of
so
this
I only
earth.
had like 4 or 5 beers. I was tired. We were out
No,
late
you had
Friday.
like
I
two,
was dead.
and you were trying to fall asleep since nine
So I
o'clock.
try to fall asleep, and these guys are just screaming and screaming. And eventually, I'm like, all right, not much I can do about it. I'll just talk. So 3 o'clock comes around, about the time that I finally decide that I'm never going to sleep. And these guys literally, they decide to lie down, and I think Hoss falls asleep mid sentence.
Oh, he did. He
Scott
did.
like doesn't talk for 20 seconds, is asleep. Adam, I don't even know what happened to Adam. He just passed out.
Well, dude, he
So
he like fucking sleeps weird as
so it ends
shit,
up
doesn't he?
that
He like takes shit and like covers his eyes with
it
them.
ends up that I then am the only one awake, and then
Yep.
all of them except for Scott. So we have Best Man, Hoss, and Adam just start snoring. All of them. So then I can't sleep because of snoring. So I end up falling asleep at like 6 in the morning after I tried to go to bed at like 9. I could have killed all of them. Like I thought about it many times.
The moral of the story is Maven, that if you weren't being such a little bitch, that you would have been able to hang out with us
The moral of the story is,
and
I
fallen
guess, I
asleep at
should have drank myself unconscious, and then I wouldn't have had to
well,
worry
we
about it.
didn't drink ourselves unconscious by any stretch.
I
By the
would have
way,
had
you're
to deal with that
you
snoring.
huh?
That I would have had to deal with that snoring.
Oh, you're fucking crazy. I didn't even notice it. But Best Man's one of those people who like wakes himself up from snoring. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that's called sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea,
Yeah.
right? Dude, it's so weird. How can you snore so loud that you wake yourself up? I gotta think, it's from the not breathing part, but we'll say that it was the noise. Uh, but yeah, so I think Knoxville's gonna be pretty sick. Especially if we're already at 90 teams. And I don't know if you know this, Maven, but we don't cast. Did you know that you and I don't cast a single uh 4v4 game on Friday?
Are we gonna
Get more
cast the free
tickets.
for all?
Yeah, we cast the free for all.
That'll be fun, man. I love free for alls.
I hate. It's the bane of my
I'll carry
existence.
for you. We can sing more Creed, some Nickelback, some terrible bands.
Coming from the lips of an angel. I'll look up. I'll look up 90 songs that should have never been created, and we'll go in there and we'll sing them all.
I love the sound of that.
We can do Limp Bizkit. Can't go wrong with Limp Bizkit for that. If you're throwing that in the mix, what else you got? Well, you're in the 90s, so you were what, 32, 33?
47.
Okay, yeah. No. You're 47 now. I'm saying in the 90s that puts you at 23.
I hate you. And we will definitely do some Backstreet Boys. I know Scott's a big romantic comedy fan, and he loves his boy
Jesus
bands.
fucking
Like,
Christ,
ask
dude.
him
You're
his favorite band of all time, O Town.
You
No
can't
joke.
reuse the
O
joke
Town. Not
twice.
even kidding.
You can't. O
O
Town?
Town's your favorite band of all time.
Fucking get out of here. You're like Joey Fatone from NSYNC.
I'm fine with that, except no, he wasn't the gay one, was he?
Was he?
I don't know. I think it was Lance.
I thought he was. That's why I
Lance.
said the name.
Lance.
Oh, it's. Well, I guess Joey was the one who had like the goatee and he looked like 27 years older than everyone else.
I'm 28, guys, not 47.
You really think I would hang out with a 47-year-old?
Probably would.
No, that's Adam. Remember, he was talking to the old
Is
crazy
this
guy.
about Halo or drinking? Well, this is, I guess, about both for this. You're welcome.
It's this is his own entity. There's only so much we can talk about AGL 6 at Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Misfits came in and fucking rickrolled everyone. But I'll tell you something that did piss us off from fucking Pittsburgh is how people treated Proverb on Twitter.
oh
I
yeah.
know you felt really passionate about
Oh
that.
yeah. I wasn't dealing with that. I was laying down the hammer quickly.
Give some little backstory
Oh,
here,
just
Maves.
there was people. Proverb was on Severance. They got third. Proverb is relatively unknown player until that, but he teamed with Ninja, Snipe Down, and APG, and I'm sure part of it was the fact that he was leaving for the Air Force yesterday. But
Yep.
he was just taking a lot of
Good.
flack on Twitter about how he's a sponsor
Bullshit.
kid. Now the only reason they teamed with him was this and that, but shut the fuck up. Kid played well. He's the nicest kid I've ever met in like my life, and I wasn't
Yeah.
having it. Wasn't having it.
Yeah, and then on the other side of things, Severance, the team he got fucking kicked off for who did they pick up Regicide in place of him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well they got sixth. So who
I think he made the smart decision
Obviously, you
there.
have to chalk something up to Prover being on the team where he got third at a much more prestige event. Right or wrong? Nashville's much more prestige than fucking Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
So for
absolutely.
Severance to get Severance was the team that got 3-0'd by BTH in the winter
Yeah, it was a
semis.
joke. Like, it wasn't even fun to watch.
No, it was in. Well, no, I think the game three was close. I'm not 100% though. But so, no, it wasn't. Severance lost before that because it was Kratos' choke in the winter semis.
I think Severance lost to Pierre. They got 3-0 by Pierre.
No, they 3-2'd. Pure 3-2'd them. That's the game five we watched.
Yeah, but not in the winners. That was later on. They met again, I think.
No,
Who knocked
that would
Who
be a
knocked them into
continuation.
losers
It would have
then?
been.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't.
Someone in the chat
I
has
don't
to know.
remember.
No. It was Kratos. It was Scar Gang taking on BTH in the winter semis. 100% positive. So Severance played Misfits.
BTH
That
3-0
has.
Severance. I'm pretty sure it was BTH, dude.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
almost positive.
How positive? What does the fucking chat say? That's what I need.
Yeah.
So it's BTH versus Severance.
3-2. Yeah, someone said BTH 3-0 Severance. Pure
Okay, all
Pure
right.
later beat Severance 3-2. But yeah, that was in the losers.
So who was the Kratos choke first?
BTH.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
awful.
Dursky was the one arming. I remember.
Yep, you're right. You are 100% right. Good job, Maves. That's
Here for
that old
something.
man memory.
We're gonna have
Who
to
says
we're gonna have to end this
dementia
show
fucking
soon. I need to
hits?
go shoot at people and eat some food.
Yeah. I think it's about time. Um, well, I guess big shout out to Astro for hooking us up with the neons, even though these are Steel Series. So
Yeah,
I got to do
yeah.
something
Big shout
with
out to
these
them.
Steel
It's
Series, man.
very cool. It also shows that
What else we
you
got?
know companies, whatever you want to call it, are tuning into the stream. They're seeing, hopefully, they're seeing growth. So keep tuning in, keep watching it, retweet stuff when you see it.
Yeah, and a big fuck you to XSplit for delaying the show, you pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Uh, and other than that, I guess the big thing here is the fact that we all have to. We're on the cusp of getting back to a place that's comfortable for people. You know, if we keep getting 100 plus teams going to AGLs, and we still keep getting, you know, 64 teams selling out at UMGs and stuff like that, it's going to be a much better place for us. The last MLG event was 160 teams at Columbus 2012 for a real event, not the Halo 4 bullshit. So if we can get up to there, I think you're going to see prize money going up. You're going to see the viewer numbers going up, and it's really all comes down to word of mouth from there.
Yeah.
And that's huge. So get your fucking friends back into it. The weapon tuning's coming out. This game's no longer going to be a big piece of shit. We pray.
I think I have a good topic for us to close on. Could
You just said you wanted to get off and
could
shoot on
anyone
something, and
in
now
could
you want to
anyone in
fucking talk
chat
about a topic.
link me the score of the Capitals game 7?
Fuck you. Go fucking fuck yourself. Peace. Fuck you. Fuck you, dude. All right. Go seriously. Go fuck yourself, man. It's the most fucked up thing you could do. I'm literally furious. I'm gonna keep. I hope you realize that I want you to die.
Oh,
Die. I am going to
thank you everyone for
shatter
tuning
those pink
in.
Astros. I am going to shatter those pink Astros
Have a
quicker than anything.
have a
Go
wonderful evening.
straight to hell.